Hello everyone. So this is a very different video. So I just got finished playing the Sonic Racing Crossworlds Open Network test that was free for everyone. This is the final beta before the game is officially coming out on September 25th. And I just wanted to give my thoughts because I obviously didn't get to play the last one, but I got to play this one. I've played every day for well over for a long time. It's a lot of time, and I'm sad because it looks like none of your data, I believe, gets transferred over to the main game when this comes over. None of your beta data gets sent over, which sucks. I am gonna get like a good decals. Whoop-de-doo. I guess I would have liked if some stuff stays, like maybe like your time trial ranks, maybe those can come over. Like I can understand why they don't want a lot of stuff from the beta to get over, because some people might have an advantage because a lot of people have put way more time into this than I did. So I can understand why, some people may have an advantage, their ranks may already be super high, and they don't want those people to have an advantage over the new people who come in. I can understand that, but I also understand, getting a bit frustrated that everything I did now is gone and I have to restart. But it is a beta test. So what did I think? So what could you do in the open network test? Well, all you were allowed to do is you could do Grand Prix, which was one Grand Prix, which was the Donpot Cup. Every other Grand Prix was locked, so no dice, baby. You could play more than just those 3 tracks, but you had to go online, which is where a lot of the stuff was. So online was, of course, just online matches. And then there was the Joker Festival, which I participated in. I was lucky. I made it to the very end of the Joker Festival too. I played a bunch on Sunday when the Joker Festival was like really fully live, and I was there at the very end when the Joker Festival ended. So that was pretty cool to experience it, because I'm like literally getting ready for a match and then the Joker Festival just ends. But that's what you were allowed to do. So what I want to go through is, and you're gonna see footage on screen. Most of this footage is stuff I got. Is footage I captured. There will be footage of Joker when we get to him. That is not me. But a lot of the footage you're going to see is just me. It's just footage I captured from the beta. So, first thing you do when you get in the beta, you have to go through a tutorial where they kind of teach you some stuff. And you have to do a Grand Prix before you can even go online. So that's what I did. You do the Donpot Cup, which is the only Grand Prix, and then you get your rivals. So some fun rival dialogue. We've been able to see all the rival dialogue between everyone who was there in the open network test, so that's a lot of fun. You do the Donpot Cup, which is the only one you are allowed to do. And the Donpot Cup consists of E Stadium, Rainbow Garden, and Water Palace. And then every other course you're allowed is only online, which is a shame. I would have liked if more of the Grand Prix were available than just Dodonpa. Like, maybe you give me the Grand Prix that feature all the other courses, because each Grand Prix is 3 courses. So the other 2 Grand Prix that have the other courses, I would have liked if those were available as well, instead of just the one, you know? So, there's that. But yeah, the Donpot Cup Grand Prix, I had fun. I spent a lot of time in the Donpot Cup Grand Prix. That's a great place to just hone your skills a lot better. I had a hell of a time doing the Grand Prix. That's where I played as a lot of other characters. Like, Tails, Amy, Knuckles, Eggman. It was fun to play. My main 2 were Sonic and Shadow. Way more Sonic than anyone else. I really had a fun time with the Grand Prix. It did get repetitive, of course, having to do the same 3 tracks over and over again, but by the end of it, I was like a master of those 3 tracks because having done it for so long. So, that. But the Grand Prix is fun. Again, I would have wished that we had more than just that one Grand Prix to do, because it does get repetitive of having to do the same 3 courses over and over again. But online is where a lot of people spent a lot of their time doing, playing online matches. I did too. I normally don't go online for a lot of things. Like when I used to play wrestling games all the time, I never went online to do online matches with people. I've just never been a big online gaming kind of person. I think the only time I ever really went online for gaming is when I was really into Minecraft. And I would go on like the servers that people had, like especially stuff like the Hypixel server, where it's just a bunch of like mini games that you could play. Like I used to go on those types of servers all the time. Or when like you're playing with friends, right? Stuff like that. Like when I was really into Minecraft. that's what I would do. But I haven't really gone online. Like, even when I play stuff like Injustice, I never went online just to fight people. Like, it's just something I'm not really into. But this one, I did. I had some time to play online with people. This was a bit more where my mixed stuff came from. And this is mainly just how people play, right? Because people can be big old butts. They can be, really. They can be. But I never had, like, I would say a time where I'm, like, throwing my controller going, oh, this is stupid, you know? Like, I never had that. Of course, you get frustrated playing a racing game. You always do. But I was never like, that's it, I'm done. I'm never playing this again. I didn't get that from this. I still had fun. Even if I was frustrated, I still had fun and clicked next match. I didn't do poorly online, I'm happy to say. Most of the time I was middle of the pack, like 5th, 6th place. But there was the rare few instances I got first. And I was so happy, right? Because that's like, oh my god, I beat 11 other real life people. That was awesome. My main success online was during the Joker Festival, where I was on like a 5-match winning streak and I was like over the moon. Like, oh my god, mom, get the camera. I did it. Right? Seeing your character in the lobby with the little crown over his head, I was like, oh my god, that's me. I actually did that. Joker Festival was a lot of fun, participating in the Joker Festival. For the Joker Festival, it was team-based. You're not on the same team every time. They randomize which team you're on every time. And there's, like, little quirks for the race. Like, there's one where it's like, if you bump into your partners, then you get, like, a boost. And it's stuff like where it's like, you know, bump into your partners to get an extra boost, and whoever bumps into their partners the most at the end, you know, will get extra points. Or it's like, collectively, which team did the most air tricks gets extra points. You know, stuff like that was fun. I had a lot of fun for the Joker Festival. I mean, I played it until the end, right? Like, I was there at the very end when the Joker Festival finished and they were calculating the points. So that was a lot of fun. And then the final thing you could do, if you didn't want to do Grand Prix or online, you could do time trials. Time trials were only, again, for the Dogma Cup, which, again, is like, you're very limiting. These are, like, what a normal Sonic level would be. That's what the time trials are, which I do enjoy. Like, because this is where, like, you know, they time you how fast you were, and you can get A rank, B rank, C rank. Like, this is that level. Where you would normally see in a Sonic game, which I think is cool. I never did super well. I got B ranks on E Stadium and Rainbow Garden, and I got an A rank on Water Palace. I never got an S rank, but I wasn't aiming for that. I was just try it because I'm like, yeah, why not? I mean, it's there. Right? I might as well, you know, because I'm there already. Then there are the tracks. So let's get into the tracks. Before I get into, like, you know, gameplay and all that type of stuff, let's talk about the tracks that you were allowed to play in this open network test. So for the tracks you were allowed was E Stadium, Rainbow Garden, Water Palace, Metal Harbor, Sand Road, Colorful Mall, Mystic Jungle, Apatos, and Wonder Museum. I think most of these tracks, I was just like, yeah, great, I get to play on this track, right? The E Stadium, I really like E Stadium, Rainbow Garden. That's another really fun one. Same with Water Palace. Like, for the stuff for the Dodonpa Cup, because I know it, like, by heart, right? I'm like, okay, yeah, I like those. Metal Harbor, that's a good one, right? I had iffy experiences with Metal Harbor. The first couple times I played it, I didn't like it, but then as I got more into it, I'm like, yeah, I like Metal Harbor. Sand Road is great. That's just a great track. I love Sand Road. I think Sand Road's great. Colorful Mall, that's like, again, depends on the race I have, but most of the time I'm like, yeah, I like Colorful Mall. I'm gonna skip these next two because Wonder Museum was great. I really like Wonder Museum. Wonder Museum is a really good course. The two that I can safely say I don't like is Mystic Jungle and Apatos. I dreaded these courses. Whenever they popped up, like, you're playing on this one, I just groaned. I'm like, ugh. God, I hate these courses. Seriously, these are the two courses I don't like. Mystic Jungle is reminiscent of the swimming levels from Sonic Forces, which are some of the worst levels in that game. I hate the swimming levels from Sonic Forces. They suck so bad, and this is just full of it. In my Sonic Forces review, I just went deep into how I hate those levels, because those are things that are uncontrollable. You can slide off any given moment, and you definitely get that here, so points for replicating it, but you also lose those points again, because it sucks. I hate Mystic Jungle. Not as much as Apatos. Apatos is my public enemy number one. I hate this course so much. I hate this course. The roads are so goddamn narrow. The turns are one after the other in an unfair freaking way. This course is so small. It's bad. Like I dreaded this course. Maybe I'll have better experience when I play Grand Prix and I don't have 11 other people throwing constant items at me to the point where I can barely move. Maybe I'll have a better experience. But from the experience I had, anytime I was in a Patos, I wanted to die so badly. And not even getting first place once, which I did. I got first place in a Patos once. Not even that cured me of like, oh, I like a Patos. I hate this course so much. This and Mystic Jungle. These two courses are awful. These are the two courses I don't like. Every other course, I was like, cool, I'm fine racing on this course. These two, end me. End me. They are awful. I'm going to have a terrible time playing as them when the full game comes out. My God, man. It's going to suck. But of course, big thing, putting the tracks aside, was the Crossworlds. The big gimmick of the game, you can, every second lap is a Crossworld. You go to a different world. So the Crossworlds for the beta was Sky Road, Roulette Road, Kraken Bay, Magma Planet, Dinosaur Jungle, and Holoska. I gotta say, I don't think I even hated any single one of these. I think I liked every single one of these. I don't think I have problems with any of these Crossworlds at all. I had a great time. I think the one I liked the most is probably Sky Road is the one I like the most, and then Holoska would be the second one. I didn't get Holoska a lot. I got pretty much every other one of these Crossworlds but Holoska like the most. Like I rarely got Holoska. Everything else I got multiple times. But I like the Crossworlds. I think they're really fun, and something that's there, which I don't believe was in the original beta, was sometimes the Crossworld can be an actual track, because sometimes my Crossworld was just another track, which I think is cool. It's not always going to be the same Crossworld only things. There's the chance you could get a track, which I think is cool. So there we go. That's the Crossworlds. I'm looking forward to seeing more tracks be available. I'm looking forward to all the other Crossworlds that were not in this beta, getting them. So now we can move on, I guess, to characters. Let's move on to characters. So not every character was available for this beta. You were allowed Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, Jet, Wave, Storm, Eggman, Omega, Cream and Cheese, and Zaz. And after the Joker Festival happened, you were allowed Joker. That's who you were allowed. So you weren't allowed Silver, you weren't allowed Blaze or Sage, which sucks because I would have played as them all. You weren't allowed them, but they will be there for when the game launches. So, we don't have to wait that long now. It's only 24. At the time this comes out, actually 23 days, so it's not that long, guys. You don't have to wait that long, and there's gonna be plenty of Sonic Crossworlds content to tide us over until then from all us Sonic YouTubers, and I'm sure the Sega and Sonic channels will be still pumping out content for this. And yeah, it is a bummer not everyone was available, but it's a beta, right? So, you get to, of course, choose your own vehicle. You could play on Extreme Gear this time, unlike the previous beta where Extreme Gears was not available. You can have Extreme Gear this time, which is what I mainly played on, was Extreme Gear. I like the way Extreme Gear handles. That's what I was worried about, was how does Extreme Gear handle, and really, some people have said it operates like how Mario Kart bikes operate. I completely disagree. I think Extreme Gear is exactly the same as a car. Like, it really does not change much. It does not feel different at all to driving a car. It's a good and bad thing because there's no difference change. You don't need to change the way you're playing to be accustomed to I'm gonna play on a bike, or like how in Mario Kart you do have to change a bit how you play depending on what vehicle you use. You don't do that in this. Extreme Gear in a car, they're pretty much the same. But it is cool just to have Extreme Gear, which I mainly played on the most, was Extreme Gear. Items. Okay, so now we get the full array of items in this beta. So the items contained the White Wisp, which was the boost. That's fun. You can use the White Wisp a lot to go through shortcuts and stuff, which I did plenty of times. There's plenty of shortcuts that you can use the White Wisp for. putting them on, like pulling off a lot of those shortcuts, it's a lot of fun, I gotta say. Then there was the orange wisp, like the drill, the yellow drill. That's a good one. When you get the yellow drill, you really just mow down the competition. That's a great one to have. Cyan wisp, which is like the laser. That one I felt was a really useless one because I would get it and it just did nothing for me. Like that wisp is freaking useless. Drill is good though. If you get drill, you're in for a good time. Drill guarantees you're gonna go forward. The bomb, yeah, whatever. Just a bomb, just a bomb. Void, which is supposed to attract items and rings and stuff. Whatever. It's like a whatever one. Omo Chow was one. Omo Chow throws you a bunch of rings, which is useful when you want to pick up speed, I guess. Dark Chow will forcibly give you an item, which is not bad. There was the Warp Ring, which warps the player to the nearest opponent and crushes them. I never got this. I never got the Warp Ring. I don't even think the Warp Ring was part of this beta because I did not get it. Something else I did not think was part of this beta was bonus rings were not part of this beta as well. I never saw the bonus rings at all. Yeah, I never saw them, which is a shame. But everything else I did see, like Monster Truck. Monster Truck is good and bad. You get a Monster Truck, feels great. Seeing other people get a Monster Truck, you're like, God damn it, man. End me now. Because Monster Trucks, I can't tell you how many times they ruined my day. They suck, man. Homing Punch, which is like the red boxing glove. That's just like your red shell. Same thing with the Rocket Punch, which is the green one. That's your green shell. There's Triple Homing Punch, which is 3 shell. I never got this one at all. I think it might be one of the special ones you get from getting like the Dodonpa item boxes, which I rarely got. There was Slicer, which like splits your opponent's machine in half. There was Slime, which I hate this one. I think Slime is worse. This is meant to be like the Bloop, right? Equivalent from Mario Kart. This one is worse because this one sucks. It ruins your speed, ruins all your momentum. It sucks. And I would have this thrown on me like once a race. It's awful. The weight, that also sucks. Drop a weight on the person in first place. Hate that crap. Tornado is good. It kind of deals damage to your enemies, makes a tornado around you, and it blocks you from attacks. So it's more of a defensive one than anything. There was Shield, that just makes you invincible. That's fun. Spiked Iron Ball means what it says, right? It's just an obstacle. Magnet, that kind of slows your opponent down if they run into it. And then there was what is easily my least favorite item in the goddamn game, the King Boom Boo. He is the equivalent to the blue shell in this. He is worse than a blue shell. Okay, a blue shell can hit me. It sucks, right? But I can make up for it relatively simply, right? I can make up for it. A blue shell really only hurts the person in first place. Maybe if the second place person is near the explosion, they'll get caught up on it. But the King Boom Boo, he will not just attack the person in first place. His attack can hurt other people, and he has done that and ruined my race. Also, spawns way too frequently. The King Boom Boo is way too frequent, because I would get him like 2 times a race. This guy sucks. He sucks when you're in first. He sucks when you're not in first. He is the worst item in the game, bar none, and I don't like him at all. Him and Slime and Weight, you guys suck. I get why Weight and Slime are there. Okay, King Boom Boo, you could have had a better... You could have a better one. You know, Weight works perfectly fine as your blue shell. It slams the person in first place. Boom. Right? I get it, man. Okay? I get it. Perfectly. Understandable. King Boom Boo sucks. I hate him. And now, since we're talking about items, item balancing. That needs to be fixed because, my God, some of these online matches were just clusters. Like, you're second 1 minute, and then, like, one item hits you, you're 12th. Which is just, like, insane. Like, so a lot of these matches weren't even about the racing. It was just, what item did you get? And you just spam your item, which not a fan of. I would like you to fix the item balancing a lot more. Please? That'd be nice. Definitely would like you to fix that. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of just like just smash the item button and you suddenly now you're first with no skill necessary. Not a huge fan of that, in the slightest. So, if we could fix that, that'd be that would be something I would greatly appreciate. Because even in Mario Kart, there's a hint of skill, of finesse somewhere in there, right? So yeah, please let's get that fixed. Other stuff that you could get, when you're in the extras menu, you can't use everything in the extras menu. A lot of the extra menu stuff was still kind of locked. Like there's a jukebox. You can't use the jukebox. But the jukebox will be used like any other thing. You can make it so that way the music you want plays during a race. Cool. There's hints, of course, like every game. There's friendships, which we still don't know what friendships does. I have zero clue what friendships does. I want to see what that does in the main game. We have titles, which is nameplates that you can get from, doing certain stuff. And then challenges. There's challenges you can do. And this is stuff that's like, beat a rival 3 times, right? Or use 5 shortcuts, like basic stuff like that you don't have to do, but the little extra stuff you can do on the side if you want, and they are fine. They are fine. And really, I think that's all I have to say about the open network test. Other than control-wise and gameplay-wise, I think this game's great. I really enjoyed playing it. It's very easy to understand the controls, right? This is not like a super complex type of deal. The controls were very easy. On my first Grand Prix playing it, which is footage you'll have seen, I got first. Which, that doesn't normally happen when it's your first, when it's your first thing. But yeah, the controls are very easy, which is great, right? They're not super complicated. They're pretty easy to get, and I was having a great time pretty much from the get-go. This game's a lot of fun. From just this beta, I had so much fun. I really did have so much fun just with this beta. Is this game worth the $70 it is? Yeah. I might be in favor for the $70. I mean, $70 is still a heck of a price for a side game, right? For a spin-off. Like $70 is what you do like a main game, right? Like a Sonic Frontiers, that's a $70 game. Right? This ain't 70. Like I still think that this price is way too high, way too expensive. But when you look at what you're getting for the base $70, right? And of course some people will get like, the Ultra Super Deluxe Edition. No, I'm not. I just got the base game, pre-ordered it, so I get the Werehog. Because all the other DLC is gonna be free eventually. Well, not free, but I can just buy it separately, and I don't want all the DLC anyway. Right? So, there's that. Is it worth it? I again would say yes, because look what you get. You get the base game roster, which we know of, right? Which is like the 20-something characters. Then you're gonna get the free Sega characters every month, which is awesome. Everyone gets them. That's great. That's an extra couple of characters for you to get. You have all of those Grand Prix for you to play as. There is 10 or 9, I think, because there's 7 for the Chaos Emeralds, and then I think there's 2 extra. So that is 9 Grand Prix. That's 9 Grand Prix. So, with a total for every track has 3. Oh, I should say a Grand Prix, which I completely forgot to mention. How a Grand Prix works is there's 3 tracks for a Grand Prix, but there's 4 races. The final race is you do a lap in every track, which is a nice idea. That is a really cool idea for how to do the final lap. I should say that. But let's do some math. Hold on, let's do some math. So every course has 3 tracks. So we do that times 9. We do 3 times 7. That's 21, which is the Chaos Emerald ones we know of. And then there's the 2 extra ones which we don't know. So that's 27 tracks. That's 27 bass tracks. It's pretty good. And then you get online, which is a heck of a lot of fun. Even though I have my problems with it online, it can get clustered and it can be crazy at times. It can be very hectic. It is fun. This is going to be a game I actually play online with, which I never thought I'd say. I don't even go online for, like I said, it's not like Injustice. But this I will. Racing games are a bit, I think, different in that sort of way, right? It's a racing game, you can have some fun with it. You get all that. Plus, you're going to get DLC eventually, which they've announced pretty much everything. You're going to get those Sonic Prime characters. You're going to get all of the third-party people. You're going to get Pac-Man. We're going to get Minecraft. We're going to get SpongeBob. We're going to get Ninja Turtles, Avatar, and a sixth mystery one, which we still don't know. You're getting all that for $70. That, I think that's a good idea. And if you're like, but I don't like SpongeBob, don't get him. You don't gotta get him. Right? It's separate. You don't have to get him. Right? Because I'm gonna get SpongeBob. I doubt I'm getting any of the other DLC packs, to be honest with you. I don't care about the Minecraft one that much. Pac-Man's cool to see him there. Like Minecraft, Pac-Man, they're cool being there. I'm not inclined to spend the money to get you that much. You know, Ninja Turtles and Avatar, I couldn't care less. Right? Depends on what that final one is. You know, like, it just depends. Like, I'm not going to spend the money to play as the Prime characters. They're cool, they're there, but I'm not going to spend the money to play as them. So it's like, you decide. You buy the base game, and you have all the stuff that you're getting there, right? Like the 27 tracks, all the characters, 20 plus characters, because they're going to add for free other Sega characters. You're probably going to get, when you get DLC, I believe they said there's going to be tracks for those characters too. So you're going to get new tracks for the characters for free. And then the DLC ones, again, you get those the third-party characters, and there'll be third-party tracks. I think it's worth it. For $70, I think it's worth it. More so than Mario Kart World. I would definitely say. I think this is a game that is worth more than Mario Kart World for the $70. I believe the price tag is more justified than a Mario Kart World. I had a hell of a good time with this beta. All in all, to end it, I had a really good time with this beta. I cannot wait to play this game on PS5 when it comes out. My pre-order copy has been there for a long time now. I'm looking forward to it. I pre-ordered it, so I'm get 3-day early access, I believe. I'm looking forward to it. I really enjoyed the open network test. The open network test kicked off with a live stream as well from Sonic channel, Sonic the Hedgehog YouTube channel, which they haven't done a live stream in forever, guys. What happened to those Sonic Centrals where they're just playing the game? The guys playing the game, I'm better than you, and that's not even me bragging. I'm better than you. And then there was the animation, which was sweet, really cool animation. Get Studio Giggix to do a full-on anime, please. But yeah, I had a great time with this. I cannot wait for the full game to come out. I really enjoyed my time playing this game. Like I said, I had my problems. I've stated my problems. I hope a lot of that gets fixed before the eventual game comes out. And there were plenty of times, by the way, online where I would just get kicked out of lobbies, crappy internet, maybe get a better connection, right? But yeah, that's my thoughts on the open network test. If you played it, what are your thoughts? Are you excited for the game, right? Did this open network test, were you not excited for the game, but this open network test sold you, or were you already going to buy the game and you really like it now? Let me know in the comments down below. And everyone, I will see you guys on next time. Bye-bye.